down, pull it down.
Okay. Don't touch it, stand back. Thank you, John Thompson, for killing time for Madeline and I. So to start out, my name is Danielle. I am one of Brittany's maids of honor, as well as, bigger than that, her sister. And this is Madeline. We've come up here and we're going to try and not make this bridesmaid style where we can't touch the mic, so we probably can't fight over it too much. But I wanted to thank everyone for being here tonight. I know many of you traveled from all over down I-40, down I-55 to be with us tonight to celebrate Becker becoming a voice. He doesn't find that hashtag or joke funny, but I encourage everyone to use it tomorrow. But I really personally want to thank Mr. Jeff and Miss Lisa for a beautiful evening tonight. Getting to know your family in Goodman at homecoming was amazing. I think everyone bonded over board games, and so we're just really excited to have you guys in the family with us. As I looked at these speeches, I went to Google and I went to YouTube, and what I saw is that a lot of people gave a really nice toast, which I think is beautiful and kind. But considering the fact that I've known Brittany for all of the years of my life, and I have known Josh for 6 years, which seems like all of the years of my life, I felt it a little appropriate to give a bit of a roast as well. So I want everyone to take a trip down memory lane with me. I want to paint a picture for you for how they met. First off, Josh and Brittany have always had distance between them. There's always been a road. So when they first met, Brittany was in school at Alabama in Tuscaloosa. Josh went to Mississippi State in Starkville, which is also where I went freshman year. So we are in Alabama, in Tuscaloosa, at a hibachi restaurant, sitting at one of those tables where you all have to like awkwardly sit by each other and look at each other, and they cook in front of you, and it's just always kind of weird because you never know who you're going to sit by. So we're sitting there, and Josh starts telling the story about some sorority girl at Mississippi State. Garrett's there, Molly's there, and he's like telling this story. Everybody's rolling, laughing. My face turns beet red. Brittany's eyes get huge, and she's just staring at me across the table. Josh tells the story. Everyone is rolling, laughing, because I, Brittany's sister, I am that sorority girl at Mississippi State that Josh has told this embarrassing story about, and he has no idea. So someone politely is like, she's sitting at the table with us. And my aunt has asked me tonight, what is that story? And I will not tell it. So that was the start to our 6-year relationship. Josh, as we all know, you're honest, you're loyal, you're successful, and as my dad tells me, like, when are you gonna find a man like that? I know, I get it. We've created countless memories, from road trips across the country to Nashville nights. So you have that moment where you're meeting your significant other's family, and you're not sure if you fit in, and you're not sure when you can make that first joke. And I'll never forget when Josh made his first joke, I was like, I'm writing that down. So as many of you know, my mom doesn't like to cook. She's not a good cook. Love you, but you're not. Love you. It's not, you're beautiful, but it's not your thing. So Josh, me and Brittany come down to Mississippi one weekend, and she's like, I made these homemade fruit cookies. Everyone try one. So like being smart, me, Brittany, and Madeline are like, absolutely not. We're not trying those. Josh, being like new blood to the family, he jumps up, he's like, I'll try one. He takes a bite. We're all watching. He takes a bite. Chaco would like these. Chaco's a dog. There are a few other moments where I realized that Josh is going to be more like a brother to me than just Brittany's boyfriend. One of those was when we took a road trip. Josh lived in Knoxville at the time. Again, we're talking distance. Brittany was in Nashville. I was in Oxford, and we had the pleasure. So we took a 34-hour road trip to Key West. Edward Crump, can I get a hey? All in the car together, and there was this adventure where you had to rent your mopeds to go around the island, and it looked really cute and really fun, so we're all like, yeah, let's go rent mopeds one day. And surely enough, like, Brittany were like, you be brave, you go first, you have to test drive them. Brittany test drives the moped, and she fails. She can't rent the moped for the day. So then naturally I was like, well, I won't bother test driving. I'll ride in the car with you. I'll sacrifice myself. Josh takes the moped out. He's like, ha. I get to rent the moped. As he pulls out of the parking lot, he speeds off in the moped and crashes into the first curve. So for the rest of the afternoon, Brittany and I had the pleasure of riding in the car behind Josh and Edward in their moped for the whole day, and we'll never let Brittany live that one down. The second moment where I knew that Josh was going to be like a brother to me actually came last week. I have an annual Christmas party every year, and Josh and I, to put it as an understatement, had both been overserved. So we were standing outside, and I was having like a tough life moment, and Josh pats me on the back and was like, little D, we're going to be sisters next week. We're officially going to be sisters. And so we're officially sisters tomorrow. These are just a couple examples of how I knew that I couldn't have picked a better brother-in-law than you, Shua, as I call you. I won't go into why I call you that. But, I mean, you've been everything, as you know. You're a brother to me. I call you when I need help with any kind of electronics, and I yell at you the same way I would yell at anyone else. So, I love you, and I'm excited that you'll be in our family. So, all right. Now, Brittany, you're up. This line, I think, is the biggest thing that I could say from my entire spiel is that Brittany is not the sister that you want. Brittany is the sister that you need. I love you, but you're never going to be my partner in crime. To me, over all of my years, you've been my guardian. You've been everything. You've always held me to a higher standard. When I've cried, you've been the one that I've run to. When life came hard at me, I came to you. When it was time to follow a successful path, it was always yours that I looked at. You've been my everything. You've been my ride to school. You've dressed me. Like tonight, this is your dress. You're not getting it back. And you know that. You know when you've gone to buy things and you send a text and I go buy them. And you're like, that's weird. I like to think that I've done the same for you somewhat. You've loved me, you've stood up for me, you've been there when I've cried, you've told me what's right and what's wrong. But there was a time when I stood up